BLOCKTV presents.
Now, live from Tel Aviv, Blockchain on Booze VIP. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yael Lavi.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Blockchain and Booze VIP Tel Aviv. I want to hear you. We gathered the wheelers and dealers from the sphere to have them answer questions. And these are the people under fire today at the special panel.
Yoni Assia, CEO and founder of one of the most respected crypto platforms, eToro. Sports 22,000 followers on Twitter, made his first trade at 13. Agadani Mary trained as a lawyer, but now the crypto angel herself. By day, a hard-hitting general manager of 21M Capital. After hours, a social driver who's responsible for all of us being here tonight. Tech Chia of the crypto exchange giant Binance, the man behind the labs and all the secrets of the machine that is the ever-launching exchange. He's going to drink and tell us all. Leone, a business and social entrepreneur, the co-founder of Celsius, on the forefront of DeFi lending, and the best drinker on the panel. Lee Quen, a crypto news hound representing CoinDesk. She rubs elbows with the who's and schmooze of the industry and knows the secrets of the sphere, but declares that she doesn't care about the price of Bitcoin. Daniel Peled, founder at Orbs, early blockchain adopter and the man behind the first token sale in Israel, an espresso martini kind of guy. Joe Lubin, head of Consensus and co-founder of Ethereum, with 108,000 followers on Twitter, one of the designers of the decentralized Web 3.0, Canadian.
Welcome to Blockchain and Booze, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody on the panel tonight is going to sing. Just kidding. Okay. Now we're going to raise our glasses. Everybody on the panel, Yoni is empty. We need to fill Yoni's glass or just give him a shot of whiskey. There we go. Blockchain and Booze Tel Aviv, ladies and gentlemen, it is the time to delve deep into the thing that drives us all crazy, and that's the Twitter sphere. Okay? Everything is decided in... There. Everything is decided on Twitter. I want you to raise your glasses. You're all going to have a drink. And anybody in the audience that has a drink, raise your glasses. You got to drink this now.
Joe is drinking water. Okay, that's beer. That's not better.
Very heavy. Okay. My esteemed panelists, you all got a drink. There are some rules to this game. If you do not answer a question, you'll be made to take down a shot of whiskey. I'm just letting you know. And you're locked to the seats. So here we go. We're delving deep into the Twitter cryptosphere and the sphere social playing field. And of course, it's all about trolling, and it's all about explaining to people what cryptocurrencies are. So I really want you to take a look at the next, also you in the audience, at the next tweet brought to life by our very own Block by Zachy Hennessy of BLOCKTV. Let's take a look, you in the audience as well.
To a complete beginner, Bitcoin is hard to understand, but once you've got the core idea down pat, surely it wouldn't take much convincing to get you to think it's worthwhile. The fat Bitcoin put it best when he said, "People will believe there are horny MILFs in their area that want to fuck right now, but don't believe in Bitcoin." Man, the siren song of those horny MILFs is just too much to handle, man. Let me know when the Titcoin IPO launches. That ought to get their attention.
Okay, I think we've all been there. Bitcoin, folks, is tough to understand, okay? What was the worst description, and Daniel Peled, I'm going to start with you because you look terrified. What was the worst description of Bitcoin you ever heard?
To be honest, I think even Bitcoin is a digital cash. I don't see it like that. I think it's really more of an asset class, a store of value. I've never really used it too much to buy things. I think most of the people in the room store it and hold it long term. It's more asset than cash for me.
That was indeed the worst description of Bitcoin I ever heard. That's a joke, Danielle. Lee, what was the worst description of Bitcoin you ever heard?
I honestly don't know. I hear a lot of bad ones.
Okay. You're also allowed not to answer, folks. That means you have to get a drink down. Okay? You got
I
it.
think 2 drinks. 2 drinks.
Drinks,
here.
drinks
Two
entirely.
drinks.
Thank you,
But
Akadam.
you've got to ask
Benny, the
reasonable
blockchain
questions.
bartender, is going to have to come with the shots and put them in front of everybody. Tech, putting you on the spot there. What was the worst description of Bitcoin you ever
I don't
heard?
think I've heard the worst description yet. Maybe Bitcoin is the same as blockchain. I don't know.
Thank you. How long have we had that, differentiating for the great masses that Bitcoin is not blockchain?
I think associating it, may I speak? I
Please.
think associating it with terrorist financing and child pornography.
It is
was
the
the
index
correct
of
act.
money laundering
I'm
by
sorry, Joe
Jamie
Lubin
Dimon,
got my
the
drift.
CEO of
Funny
JP
money.
Morgan. It is the
Terrorist
index
money.
of money
Right?
laundering.
Thank you, Joe. That's why you're Joe. Okay. Moving up, folks. Everybody has had, actually. Sorry, you got to take a shot of your drink, guys. Yes.
I drink vodka.
So?
You think you really have? Okay, this is my rules, my panel. But sure, we'll bring you some vodka. Okay, sip from
It's
the
fine,
drink that
I'll
you
have
have.
whiskey, it's fine.
Yeah, you go.
Cheers. Cheers.
Salute, people. That's Benny, the blockchain bartender.
Getting Ethereum people drunk is like, it's very hard.
We're gonna talk sharding in 2 minutes. Okay.
I really hope she said sharding.
It's that funny German accent. Now,
Can we talk more about the MILFs?
no, but we can talk Israeli politics.
Kidding. Kidding. Kidding.
Now, folks,
I condone.
condone. Okay.
The MILF situation?
Moving along. Next up, regretful tweets, folks. Everybody regrets a tweet, right?
What was that again?
Everybody regrets a tweet. Think of the American president for a second. Okay. Regretful tweets, and there's one very powerful man in the sphere, CZ. He's a prolific tweeter. But everybody remembers, we're going to let Benny the blockchain bartender get out of the frame. Everybody remembers the following tweet. Please, for the love of God, roll tape.
Binance CEO CZ tweeted, "Had an interesting interaction with a 14-year-old today. He refused to discuss numbers in US dollars and insisted on hashtag BNB numbers. The next generation will be hashtag crypto native. CZ, unfortunately this generation isn't hashtag crypto naive. Ain't no one believe this story happened."
We love CZ.
Why is it hard to believe that he interacted with a 14-year-old?
Never
What do you
discuss.
think he meant?
Do
You should
believe
tell
it?
CZ
No,
never
what was
discuss value transactions with 14-year-olds.
Why is he trying to
It always ends bad.
That was my line.
14-year-olds are the unbanked.
I know, I want to say any tweet that
that-
starts, I was just conversing online with a 14-year-old.
That
Nah.
ends
Not so
bad.
Maybe not, but everybody's had a tweet they regretted. Yoni, what was a tweet you wished you didn't write?
Oh, I remember that very clearly. So my tweet that I regretted, is this live?
Yes. No.
Crap.
Yes.
So it was the anonymous group,
Okay.
and they were attacking Israel, and I, for some reason, decided, hey, I'm gonna reply to anonymous saying like, stop saying.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
That was this guy telling me, shut the fuck up. So I replied to anonymous like, stop being anti-Israeli. And then I was like, I should have not done that. I should not reply back to anonymous like dissing them.
So what happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I'm a clone now.
Joe, you must have had a tweet you regretted.
Lots, but I have a team that just stops them.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I
Just
should do
joking,
that.
just
Volunteers.
I have the same thing at home. Okay,
Wish Donald
before
Trump had a
they
team that just
stop
stopped
them.
them.
By the way, why doesn't the White House have one of those? But before they stop them,
I
confession.
think they must correct his spelling or something like that.
No fucking way.
There's one person just in charge of the exclamation marks. That said, you must remember a tweet that you didn't like? That the team was like, no, don't.
No.
Shot.
Stand by all my tweets. No, I answered your question.
You answered my question.
Danny's like,
Danny.
we're doing an ICO.
I can see the tension on this panel. I don't know if you're noticing it. Daniel, the worst tweet ever.
Hillary Clinton's gonna be president.
Yeah, we all made that mistake.
You know how people say you never regret the things that you do, but you always regret the things that you didn't do. So I regret all of the tweets that I never tweeted, which is all of them, because I don't have Twitter and I don't.
Boo!
You can't now
Sorry,
be
do I have to
on
drink?
Twitter.
I can drink. I can drink
Double.
for that.
Here's go. You can have mine
Yeah, you
too.
gotta drink to that. You gotta drink to that.
not
I
having
bought
Twitter.
the handle Tiger Legend like 3 years ago. I'm waiting for
Shelly,
it to
she
like-
doesn't have
Just
Twitter.
waiting for something to
Oh,
regret.
but you have Instagram.
I have Instagram.
Well, let's
I have
rephrase the
Instagram.
question. What was the post on Instagram that you regret the most?
Take it away, Daniel.
Wow. I have to think about it.
I can
have
help
to think
you.
about it. I actually what? What? What did
Yoni?
you say?
He said he could help you with that.
Ah, you can help me. What did I post on Instagram that I should regret?
Me? I didn't speak. No, nothing. No.
Tech, you must have a tweet you
I
regret.
don't tweet. Check my Twitter. I have a Twitter account. It's been more than 10 years old, but I don't really tweet that much.
That means you have. Well, you did answer the question. Lee, I have a feeling you're regretting that tweet from 20 minutes ago.
I regret almost every single tweet that I write.
And you're still doing
And I
it?
still keep doing it.
Why? Just tell us why.
Because I'm a sadist?
Yes.
Yeah. You heard it here first. Lee Quinn. Now, Daniel, the tweet you most regret.
So honestly, I don't tweet also, but in Israel we do have a couple of very active social participants. I would even consider some of them trolls. So a little bit.
Where's Udi?
Udi,
Udi,
raise your
where
hand. The
are
real
you?
Udi. There you go.
Where is Ashley?
Udi, what do you
Ashley!
think? Why, Udi,
Well,
why
the-
is
yeah.
Orbs better than Ethereum?
Well, don't worry. Udi will be standing up soon. Yeah.
So it's just a coincidence. You answer his tweet or reply, and it actually blows up to being an article on CoinDesk usually. So watch out. But it's super interesting to follow him.
Super interesting to follow. Folks, you survived this. We're getting into the deep waters of this panel. It's not technical, I know. Some of you are really heartbroken. But now, the biggest social sphere faux pas of this year, in my mind, okay, would be the following Periscope video. Hold on. And I think we all remember the failed, or should we say, the canceled buffet with Buffett, which afterwards...
It was rescheduled, no?
hold on.
It is
Wait.
I think it's pretty canceled at this point.
No,
De facto
rescheduled.
canceled.
There'll be a poll here.
Rescheduled.
And but that said, it was also a conundrum of getting out of all the tweeting and hype and the PR and whatnot, and then the kidney stones, and we didn't know where Justin was. And this, folks, is how he chose to tell us he's alive and well in San Francisco.
The biggest crypto Twitter story of the summer was when Justin's son canceled the wildly hyped up Warren Buffett charity lunch. Obviously, needing to prove he was in the US, the guy went live on Periscope.
Hi, yeah, what's a crack? Yeah, I'm feeling better.
These are the people controlling the sphere, folks.
First question: who here had kidney stones ever? My husband did. He was home after like 4 hours. But that said, how bad is that for PR?
Really? Who cares?
Joe, you're scaring me. Okay. Let me ask you this then. What was the worst excuse you ever used to get out of a meeting? I know, Joe, you've got people.
I'll use another
I
line.
go to every meeting.
You go to every meeting? Okay.
Bravo.
The consensus guy, yeah,
I
he
go to
comes
every
to meetings with us.
I don't get out of meeting.
Can we schedule one for, tomorrow or something?
No,
He's flying out to me.
quite possible.
Damn.
Worst excuse, people, to get out of a meeting. Come on, you've all been there.
Do you know the phrase, really sorry that I'm late, I just didn't want to be here? So that.
That one. That said, we do have one person on this panel who has a stake in this. Yoni.
Hi. So.
Just
how
be
did you
careful what
feel
you're
when it was
saying.
canceled? Dig deep.
First of all, the lunch was not cancelled. It was postponed.
Who on the panel thinks this lunch will happen?
I can't wait till he asks for his money back.
And
Say
gonna
it
be a
enough
news
times,
cycle.
it'll actually be true.
I have to say, in general, that there is something interesting, and this is a bit of a pun to Joe here. There is something interesting to blockchain ecosystems who can invite you to very nice dinners and can show you love and affection.
Still waiting.
And I
Are
think
you asking me on a
Yoni,
date?
where are you going with this, Yoni? Where are you going with this?
no, but I think
No more
I
drinks for
think
Yoni.
First of all, give me more whiskey. Second,
More drinks for Yoni. Okay.
Second is
Don't.
I think we heard that the money for charity did actually go to charity, which is great.
Which is true. The money did go to charity.
More money to charity is great, period. Like there's nothing around it. More money to charity in our world is great, period. Money for charity should sponsor that lunch, dinner. Whenever it is supposed to happen, I'll be very happy to participate in it because I love Warren Buffett. He's a hero of mine.
Yoni.
So
Yoni,
I'd
that was
love
not the
to be in a
question,
lunch
Yoni.
with him. And I think that if Joe would invite me to a lunch with Mark Zuckerberg because Ethereum launched something with Libra, I'd come.
Joe,
Why
do you have
not?
any
Joe, you're on the
breaking news for
spot.
us?
It's getting weirder and weirder.
I think that if Joe said, I want to meet Mark
if Mark
Zuckerberg right
reaches out-
now, I think Mark
Let me
might
ask-
say he'd come.
Mark reaches out, invites me to
What?
dinner.
Mark
I
reaches
will
out. Don't
I'll
be a
definitely
pussy.
invite.
Say I'm reaching my hand like Vitalik.
I don't know, Mark.
My hand is here for Mark.
But
we
Joe, if anybody
want
can get him.
Libra to run on Ethereum.
Okay, let me ask the panel this. What will happen first, the Buffett luncheon or Libra?
What was that?
What will happen
Neither.
first? The rescheduled luncheon
I'm
with
afraid I'll be
Buffett?
quoted
I
again.
think they're
Libra.
both going to happen
make a
in
tweet out of it.
2020.
Both happening in 2020. Now, leading on this
I
one.
got disinvited from both right now.
Okay, who do you think? Wait a second. Because Ethereum is in the eye of this entire week, we were able to actually, apropos Libra, physically, with our own bodies, corner Vitalik yesterday into a corner and interview him. And he had the following thing to say about Libra, which was quite fascinating. Let's all have a listen.
Now, I definitely don't think that there's anything like a kind of death match between Libra and existing crypto systems, as like some people like to say, because like Libra has something that existing blockchains don't, which is existing access to 2.5 billion users, and existing crypto systems have something that Libra doesn't, which is a kind of credible claim to commercial and political neutrality.
Tech, question to you. First of all, is Vitalik right? You know Facebook from inside.
What's that? What's that? Sorry?
Is Vitalik right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a complementary. I mean, Libra is complementary to the current crypto ecosystem.
Binance said Vitalik is right. Tweet that.
Drop mic.
Daniel, what do you think?
About
First of all,
everything.
the video is funny. You literally cornered him, so that's good.
Yes, I did. As I mentioned, we literally cornered it.
I think he's right. I think Libra is doing a great move. I, for many years, actually thought what would happen if a real entrepreneur would be like a CEO of a bank, and I think that's what Libra is doing. They're giving a fight for traditional banks, less for cryptocurrencies.
The question is that good for crypto or bad for crypto?
I think it's great.
Good for
2.5
crypto, bad for
billion
crypto.
users. So the Libra project, its greatest asset is its greatest liability. Germany, France, the United States, other places are going to line up to stop it. What Facebook should do, and this is going to be hard for them to do it because they're driving the project, they're 99% of the project. What they should do is distance them, like spin out their Libra team, make it completely independent from Facebook.
But it is a
Libra-
non-profit foundation.
No, but
Switzerland, just
they
like
gotta spin out.
Ethereum.
Yeah. So they spin it out for a while, it launches, and then they can build
Joe,
Cal
this
Libra.
can never be totally independent from
I feel
Facebook.
you're not telling
So-
us what you really think. Yeah, you really
So,
think.
so they built payment systems before. They're gonna build a payment system that's blockchain related. Supposedly they were looking at Bitcoin earlier. It will be outstanding for our ecosystem. It'll draw a lot of attention and a lot of users. It'll be really bad for humanity.
Ooh.
Really
Joe
bad.
Lubin, really bad for
Wait.
humanity.
That's a bold statement. Why is it bad for humanity?
Okay, why?
Because Facebook knows us through deep learning better than we know ourselves. They have deep portfolios on 2.3 billion Facebook citizens, and they're going to marry that with our financial history. And
They already know this about us.
they know
Right.
a lot
And
about
how
us.
about
but
those unbanked, close to a billion people
they-
I think
that are
they
completely
don't know
out
it.
of the economic system?
They did their homework.
They did their homework,
They
but
did their
I'm
homework.
asking also, wait, but hold on, that question to all of
I
you.
honestly don't think they did their
Does
homework.
anybody
and
really
stop
care
this.
about privacy these days?
And Facebook's already not very good for humanity and
Yeah, that's
social
true.
systems, and it's
Boys.
going to get worse.
I think people care, but they don't care enough to change.
Yeah, speak.
Yeah,
Think
4
people-
claps versus 2.5 billion people. That's good.
These don't work. Oh,
good.
this works. I'm
What
drunk.
do you think, Agada?
Give me a drink.
Yes. What do
No,
you
I think people care about privacy, but maybe not enough to change what they're used to doing. You know, people cared when Cambridge Analytics came and nothing happened. You know, they cared.
How many people have
They
shut
really
down their
cared,
accounts?
but nobody shut down their account.
My
Not, maybe
point-
not nobody. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but most people didn't. So I guess not too many, but it's maybe
One
a
could argue
transition,
that-
a time for a transition.
Maybe it's time for transition.
I think we care about privacy, but we're not willing to pay the price to give up that
Facebook's pivoting. They're pivoting to privacy. They're going to leverage their 2.3 billion citizens and become a payment banking financial
Zuko is our new
infrastructure.
CTO. It's
Entirely.
like Zuko from Zcash is our new CTO.
But guys, we're pivoting ourselves, okay? Because since this is just, as we said, a day after the Ethereal Summit concluded, seeing as Bitcoin dominance is now comparable to where it was before there was even an altcoin market, okay? The big question is, of course, one, do we need altcoins? Udi, sit down. Second, how do we even promote them? Let's take a look.
Keanu Reeves, movie extraordinaire, respecter of personal boundaries, woke as fuck, and Bitcoin enthusiast, believes that Bitcoin is the future and will free citizens of the world from global and economic slavery. But this wonderful human knows what's really up. Let's take a look. How can you be so calm and happy all the time? I don't hold altcoins. Against altcoins? Maybe. Could this be real? Probably not, but who cares? We're in the Matrix anyway, right? And he's so wholesome.
Okay.
Can we talk about how handsome Keanu Reeves is still? Like,
Oh, honey, it's
at
so
this age?
90s.
Agada. That was me. They confused the people. I don't know why. They confused us.
Which celebrity, starting from Daniel, which celebrity would you choose to promote an altcoin?
Wow. I think Natalie Portman would do a great job. She's sophisticated, she's beautiful. I always thought to myself, it'd be great to have her in crypto.
Lee.
I don't think celebrities should be promoting altcoins.
That deserves a
People
sit.
are not having enough drinks on the panel.
Tech, your favorite
have
celebrity to
We're
promote an
drinking
altcoin.
more than the audience. Why is that?
Hold on, you'll be having drinks in a second as we conclude. Best celebrity to promote an altcoin.
Who has the most followers on Instagram? Kim Kardashian, I think.
Kim Kardashian. There we go. We need Kim Kardashian in the sphere. Agada.
I have to go with Gal Gadot. She's woman, she's power, she's smart, and I'm using this opportunity. Gal, I know you're watching BLOCKTV.
No, she's
Come
not, of course.
Be a presenter of an altcoin.
I'm like
with
your
us.
successor.
Daniel, you're dying to answer this.
Barack Obama. Worst president, but still can be a great for crypto.
And it would piss some people off.
Totally.
Joe.
Xi Jinping.
Alec Baldwin, motherfuckers! Alec Baldwin!
In the house. Okay.
Yes and no.
Before we conclude this, guys, we've all been there, folks, okay? Right? The worst, craziest crypto conference story, craziest crypto conference, that thing that you did.
I plead the fifth.
Again, somebody give Lee a drink.
Benny! There we go, drinks. Take somebody else's drink right next to you.
Daniel,
There you go.
Daniel, it starts with somebody gave me 10 bitcoins too.
Well, you gave me 1 Bitcoin today, and you're going to start earning interest. Thank you very much for that.
I told him I actually sent him some
did?
bitcoins, and I told him, send me whatever, how much Celsius you think I should own.
Well, as much as you can.
I think that's a very good point of
Very
like value is subjective.
I just want to say there'll be a sequel of this with Daniel and Yoni after in a back room.
Genuinely gave him the Bitcoin. I mean,
I saw, I witnessed it.
What's the back office saying?
I
Did he give me
sent
the
the
Bitcoin?
He's now supposed to. We're all waiting to see how much
I'll
he
tell you
sends
what.
you back.
I'll give you something.
I just hope the IRS is not watching this show.
It's one of those disappearing
She
Bitcoins.
She's like, where do
It's
I
got a trick
fucking buy
Bitcoin.
Celsius to
Forgot
send
what
to
the
Yoni?
question was. Can you repeat the question?
Different font. It
Okay,
looks
but
like BTC,
Worst
but it's
moment
not
in a crypto conference, Agada.
Not worst. Worst?
The worst?
Worst?
Yeah, the worst.
Well, I was at a crypto conference. I think it was in Korea or Singapore, Japan. I was in Japan, and I went to a dinner. Daniel was there as well, with like it was a tiny group of people, maybe 20 people, and Brock Pierce, who is very interesting,
Character.
very interesting. And he made us all stand up one by one and tell the entire audience, the entire group of people, 20 people, what our superpower is. And you had people stand up and say, I'm really good at whatever, I don't even remember the stories. And you had to stand up in front of all these people and like claim a superpower that was
That's like a standard
interesting.
Japanese karaoke. They do that all the time.
No, they do?
They do.
Japanese karaoke.
What's your superpower? That's basic Japanese karaoke.
But folks, we're moving to Daniel. Worst experience.
I fell asleep just before a speech that I was supposed to give. That was just, my team doesn't know this story yet. But yes, that was pretty bad.
Joe, you never had a bad moment in your life, did you?
No, that's not true.
Tell us
bad
about the
moments,
2008 financial crisis.
Cryptocurrency or
Crazy.
crypto conference embarrassing moment.
2008 financial crisis for you, Joe. Tell us.
That's not
I
fun.
know. Come on. I
So
heard it
if
from
it's
Mike.
the craziest
From
thing
Mike
I've ever
Novogratz,
done.
the 2008 financial crisis for you. How was that?
Are we changing the rules of the game?
Yes.
Yeah, we're changing the rules of the game. We're about to conclude it. And I
this
think
is like this is a super awesome story. you should go for it.
in
You're-
two
you're now-
sentences.
You're now officially cut off.
We're not. Oh, is this the live?
Joe gets TV.
So, I haven't had a bad time ever at a blockchain conference, but maybe the craziest
he's
thing I ever did
considering
at a
it.
blockchain conference was pay for it.
Okay,
Yeah,
ladies
and
and
I
gentlemen,
don't seem to learn
Yoni.
either.
No, this is brilliant. I want you to raise your glasses. Anybody in the audience as well. We're going to toast the most important person, no matter if we like him or not. Yeah. Who do we think? Okay. Who do we think is the most important person in the sphere in this coming year? I'm toasting Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm toasting Vitalik Buterin. Sorry, I'm toasting Vitalik Buterin.
Hey. I want to toast all of you. Please take a drink. You have been fabulous. It is
Yeah.
time to roll this thing
Yeah,
and get ourselves on the road. Audience, please give them a round of applause for coming
Yeah.
incredibly out of their comfort zone. We were BLOCKTV, Blockchain and Boost VIP. And we're about to go party. Let's go.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.